Anthony, I will be hospitalized for 2 weeks.
You're going to be hospitalized?
It turned out that I have a fractured hip.
Was the injury that serious? I thought you just fell down the stairs in my parents' house.
Just fell down? It was a serious fall.
I guess. But you were just clumsy again. The stairs in my parents' house aren't that steep.
Aren't you supposed to worry about me?
I am worried. I'll come visit you in the hospital when I come back from my business trip.
Okay, so you'll be here in 3 days?
I think so.
Hey, there's something I want to tell you about the accident.
What is it?
You might not want to hear this, but your mother is the reason I fell down the stairs.
My mom is the reason? What do you mean?
I haven't told you about this, but your mother dislikes me. She's been harassing me since we got married.
What? But she invited you to their house and you visit her often. She invited you again this time, didn't she?
Yes, but every time she did, she would boss me around. She would also pick at me. She would say things like she doesn't accept me as your wife.
That's the reason you fell down the stairs?
I fell down the stairs because she handed me many pieces of luggage on the landing. She piled up so many pieces of luggage on my arms that I couldn't see anything in front of me. Then she told me to carry them downstairs and pushed me.
But it was just an accident.
What?
You said my mom pushed you. But she didn't push you that hard, did she?
No, but the thing is, I did fall down the stairs.
Even so, that's not a good enough reason to blame her. Are you saying that she pushed you intentionally?
I'm not sure about it, but she does dislike me.
Even if she did, she wouldn't push you down the stairs. She's my mom. Have a little trust in her. Plus, it's common for the mother-in-law to dislike a daughter-in-law.
I've been distressed about it. I was sad and miserable having been told hurtful things.
It hasn't been a year since we married. I'm sure you have disagreements. She was just nagging at you. That's not a good enough reason to blame her for you falling down the stairs.
She also kicked me before when I was cleaning.
She kicked you? Perhaps her leg just bumped against you. Her sight could have been blocked.
It didn't seem so. That's why I'm telling you about it.
You two seemed to be getting along well when we visited their house together. What happened?
It's partly my fault because I didn't speak out. But I didn't because I wanted your mother to accept me. I just wanted to get along with her. But after this accident, I realized that it will never happen.
Emma, why don't you try making a compromise?
I should make a compromise.
I know she's not the kind of person who would do such a thing behind my back. She's not the kind of person who would hold a grudge. She's rather the opposite. First of all, she's never said anything bad about you. I'm honestly shocked to hear you blame my mom for the accident.
I'm just telling you what happened.
Still, it's also your fault that you fell down the stairs.
It may be, but
See? You shouldn't put the blame on my mom.
you don't believe me.
It's not about if I believe you or not. I'm just telling you my opinion from my perspective. Do you have proof that my mom harassed you?
No, but
I thought so. I'll believe you if you show me proof. It's a matter of perception that you feel harassed. You're just taking things too personally. I don't want to believe you based on your one-sided story.
okay. I won't talk about this again.
It's okay, as long as you understood. She's my mother. I just want you to get along with her. Any family has in-law issues. You should learn to deal with it. It's an emergency. My mom got into an accident.
Seriously, is she okay?
Fortunately, the injury was not life-threatening, but she broke her arm. She'll need care at home for a while.
I see.
And I want you to care for her. She broke her good arm and has an injury on the other arm. She can't do things on her own. She'll have to leave the hospital in 2 days.
Wait, do you want me to take care of her?
I have work, you know? You are a stay-at-home wife, and you're fully recovered now, aren't you?
I am, but I don't want to take care of her.
What? Do you still believe that she pushed you down the stairs?
It's not just about her pushing me down the stairs. I told you I didn't want to go to your parents' house again. I don't want to experience anything like the accident again. It would be best for me and your mother to not see each other.
My mom came to our house and cooked for us when you couldn't do the chores. But you're not going to help her in return when she's injured? I don't remember any issues occurring for the past couple of months. Or did my mom harass you behind my back?
I never asked. She didn't harass me only because you told her. You told her everything. I can't believe you told her everything I said.
I told her everything to confirm the facts. Was that a problem?
She's been playing a perfect mother-in-law in front of you. Couldn't you imagine what would happen if you told her everything? That you would put me in jeopardy? No bully would answer yes when asked if they're a bully.
Are we still talking about this? Show me proof of harassment first.
You killed the opportunity for me to show you proof. At any rate, I'm not going to their house. You should take a paid leave if she needs care.
I hate to say something like this, but who do you think is putting a roof over your head? No son wants to hear someone say bad things about his own mother.
I didn't want to say things like this. But I shouldn't put my life in danger to keep the truth from you. I thought you would believe me. I gathered the courage to tell you everything.
Anyway, you will care for my mom. Fulfill your responsibility as my wife.
I don't care for someone who's been harassing me.
The decision is final. Care for her even if you don't want to. If you can't, I'll have to think about a divorce.
Do you want a divorce because I don't care for your mother?
It's not because of my mom. Don't blame her for everything. Maybe the truth is that you dislike my mom, not the other way around.
I'm so done. I will not care for your mother no matter what. I will not listen to you.
Emma, you're going to care for my mom. Her house the day after tomorrow. Emma, my mom called me. She told me you haven't gone to their house yet.
I told you I would never go to their house, remember? She must be fine on her own if she can use her phone. She's not hospitalized like I was.
I don't know if my mom harassed you or not, but just forget about it. I will seriously get a divorce if you don't go to care for her. I'm telling you, I will get a divorce right now.
Are you sure? Then let's get a divorce today.
What?
I've been thinking that a divorce would be the only solution. I already got the papers ready. I will sign the papers right now.
Hold on. Are we actually getting a divorce?
Yeah. You said you wanted a divorce too, didn't you? You said you'd do it right now.
I only said it because you weren't going to care for my mom.
I will never ever take care of your mother. So I'll get a divorce just like you said.
Are you serious right now?
I wouldn't get a divorce as a joke. Would you? You brought up a divorce because that's what you wanted.
I wasn't going to get a divorce if you would care for my mom.
I said I will not. Don't make me say the same thing over and over again.
Are you sure you want to get a divorce over such a trivial thing?
Wow, look who's talking. You brought up a divorce.
I did, but...
I don't consider it a trivial matter. Your mother has been harassing me since we got married, and I've endured it. I made every effort to get along with her. But things didn't change for the better, and I fell down the stairs and got injured. I gathered the courage to tell you about the harassment, but you didn't believe me. Not only that, but you also put a blame on me.
I didn't see my mom harassing you.
I'm fed up with your attitude of not taking me seriously. Your mother's harassment led me to think about a divorce. But you're ultimately the reason I want a divorce.
hold on. We should rethink a divorce.
Why?
I can't wrap my head around this.
You're the one who wanted a divorce. It's too late now. I'm going to leave home.
No, wait. Let's talk it out when I get home. So please don't leave home.
No, I want a divorce. I came to the conclusion that I can't stay married to you anymore.
I'm sorry. I wasn't serious about getting a divorce. I just wanted you to care for my mom.
You thought you could control me if you brought up a divorce? You thought I would do anything you tell me because I'm a stay-at-home housewife living off your salary?
I didn't mean to.
You didn't mean to what? That's exactly why you brought up a divorce. I'm not your slave or your mother's. I don't want to be forced to do anything against my will or put up with a crappy marriage. I didn't get married to be provided for by you.
My words came off the wrong way. I'm sorry.
That's not the point. That's not the point. I told you about being pushed down the stairs and being harassed. But you never took me seriously and assumed that I was overthinking. You told your mother everything I said without understanding our relationship. You're the worst husband for me.
I was inconsiderate.
You weren't inconsiderate. You knew what was going on and still decided to ignore it. Your mother didn't say mean things to me, obviously, when you were around. But she served me a different meal than the rest of you every time we went to their house. Whenever she'd bring a gift, she'd only give it to you. Don't act like you don't know these things.
I thought she just favored me because I'm her son.
Would you still think so if you were in my place? If you went to my parents' house and all of us were eating a nice steak, but they only served you soup and bread. Feel miserable?
I'm sorry. But I thought every family had some in-law issues.
So was I supposed to just endure it? Even if I was pushed down the stairs? Oh, right. You assume that I just fell down the stairs by myself because I don't have a proof. That's what you believe.
Emma, I'm sorry. I'll pay more attention from now on. I won't ask you to care for my mom. It was all my fault. Please forgive me.
I can't. I was hurt being harassed by your mother. But what hurt me even more was your attitude when I told you about it. I realized that you're not the person I can depend on when I need help.
I'm so sorry. I thought things would get better in time.
So you were going to make me suffer until your mother dies? I'm so happy I decided to get a divorce. I'm truly happy with my decision now. I've been frustrated since I was hospitalized.
Emma, I don't want to get a divorce over something like this. I admit that I didn't handle the issues well, but my mom's harassment started all this. You never have to see her again. So please, rethink your decision.
It's not your mother's fault. Did you even read my texts? Your mother's harassment led me to think about a divorce. But you're the reason I want a divorce. Don't get me wrong.
I'm really sorry. Please don't get a divorce from me. I apologize for hurting you. You can have your way from now on.
I don't want a mother-in-law who harasses me. I definitely don't want a husband who takes her side. You were forcing me to care for my mother-in-law who harasses me. You threatened me by bringing up a divorce. I never want to start over with a scumbag like you.
I'm sorry. Please forgive me. I love you, Emma. I love you from the bottom of my heart.
You don't love me. You proved it by telling me hurtful things.
No! I love you more than anything and anyone in the whole world. Please believe me.
How do you expect me to believe you? You don't have a proof. Will you show me proof if there's any? My ex-husband and I discussed it for over a month and finally came to the agreement to get a divorce. I couldn't demand him compensation as he didn't cheat on me or anything. But I received an adequate amount of property as part of the divorce settlement and do not regret my decision. What makes me happier is that I have nothing to do with him and his mother now. Word on the street is that the relationship between him and his mother has worsened since the divorce. His mother blamed him for not having an eye for women. He blamed his mother for the divorce. I will never forgive his mother for harassing me. But what was more unforgivable to me was his attitude. He will keep making the same mistake again until he realizes his problems. I've been staying at my parents' house after the divorce and taking the time to heal my wounds. Having said that, I can't dwell in the past forever, so I started looking for a job. I still feel annoyed whenever I think about him and his mother. But I won't let them get in my way. That's what I believe is the best revenge against them.
Emily, where are you?
Huh? Oh, hey, sweetie. I'm just at the shops getting some food for dinner. There were a few things that I was missing, and I wanted to make your favorite meal tonight. I have quite a big announcement, and I thought it would be nice to have dinner together first.
Fine. But how many times have I told you to make sure that the house is spotless before I come back home from work? Huh?
What do you mean? I think the house is pretty clean already.
What on earth gave you that impression?
The fact that I've cleaned it today?
Well, you've done a pretty poor job. I'm sick and tired of telling you time and time again to clean the house. As my wife, you should do as I tell you. Not to mention that it's pretty much the only job you have all day. You don't even work, unlike me. Every day I have to go to work and spend hours at a job that I hate just so that I can earn the money to keep the both of us in a house. All I want is a clean place to come back to at the end of the day so that I don't have to do more work at home. Not to mention, why'd you leave so late to go and get whatever groceries you needed? It's already past 5. My dinner should be ready and waiting and hot on the table for me the moment I step through the front door. Just how useless can you be?
I don't even know what you're so upset about. What isn't tidy? Because I know that I've cleaned the house today, so there's absolutely nothing for you to be mad about.
Oh, you've tidied it all, huh? Then why is there a dirty plate and mug right by the sink? That doesn't scream tidy and clean to me.
Oh my god. Is that seriously what you're complaining about? 2 items?
And they're still right there, which proves that I'm right and you're wrong. You haven't cleaned today because if you had, they wouldn't be here.
They have literally only just been used. I had a quick snack and a drink before going to the shop, and I just didn't have time to wash them up yet. I was going to do it when I got back.
You're only saying that because you've been caught being a lazy slob. God, what kind of wife even are you if you can't even keep a house clean?
If you actually stopped being a drama queen for 1 second, you'd see that I've cleaned everything from top to bottom. I've also done all of the laundry, changed the sheets on our bed, and even managed to get those boxes of clothes to the charity so they could be sold there and stop cluttering up our house. So I think you'll find that I've done a lot today, even though I've not been feeling too great and have actually been sick a couple of times today.
Hang on a minute. What do you mean you've taken those boxes away? Why would you do that?
Huh? Because we've been talking about donating those clothes for quite a while now, but we've never actually gotten around to doing it. Even though we sorted out all of the things that we didn't want. I finally managed to get rid of them today.
I had clothes in there that I still wanted.
What? But you said that everything in those boxes was useless to you and that you didn't want them cluttering up your side of the wardrobe anymore.
Yes, well, I changed my mind. There were some things that I wasn't sure about getting rid of.
Well, I'm sorry, but the boxes are gone now. There's nothing I can do about it. Maybe we can just go and buy the things that you wanted to keep?
Or you could go and get all the boxes back from the charity so that I can sort through them all.
What? That's not really possible. I don't think you can just go and take your donation back off of a charity. Not to mention that I don't particularly want to do that. It would be super awkward, and I don't want to look like a mean person who can't even donate a few boxes of old clothes.
I don't care what you want. I want my clothes back ASAP. So you better go and get them, okay? As my wife, you have to do as I tell you.
If you're so bothered about your clothes, why don't you go and get them?
No, I've been working hard all day long, earning the money to keep us both alive with a roof over our head. I shouldn't have to go out and sort out your messes. You need to set things straight with the charity and get my things back. That's the least you can do.
But
I don't want any of your excuses. Just give me my things back.
that's not fair. The only reason why I got rid of them was because you said that you were sick and tired of all the boxes in the way. I even asked if you were sure about everything you were getting rid of, and you said you were. You said to stop bothering you about it and to just get rid of it all. So I did.
Well, you should have double-checked with me. And just so you know, I am definitely not going to get the stuff. That's your job as the wife.
Well, I just called them up and they apologized, but the clothes have already been shipped to a different store. We can't get them back.
Ugh, you're so useless. Just get back home and make dinner already. I'm starving.
Yes, I'll be there soon. I've also got something to tell you, and hopefully it'll help turn this evening around.
I don't see how that could happen, but whatever. Just hurry up.
I'll see you soon. Oh, Millie, I heard the news. I can't wait to meet my grandchild. Susan? What did Paul tell you?
Of course. Who else would?
Oh,
That's not a problem, is it? I mean, after all, Paul is my son, and he's going to be the father of the child.
yes, I know. We just agreed not to tell anyone yet, as it's still early days and anything could happen. It's not uncommon for women to have miscarriages early into their pregnancies. I just didn't want to get people's hopes up in case something happens.
Oh, don't be stupid. The only reason you'd have a miscarriage is if you don't do what you're supposed to do for the baby. You need to listen to me now, as I know what I'm doing. I'll make sure you give birth to a healthy child. First of all, you need to cut out all alcohol, sushi, coffee, and anything else that's bad for the baby. Although I suppose the pregnancy does explain why you've been getting fatter recently. I'm glad this is the reason, to be honest. I had been considering telling you to go to the gym. I can't have a fat daughter-in-law making my son look bad, you know?
Excuse me? Did you just say I was getting fat?
Well, yes, but it's only the truth. You're going to get much fatter now that you're pregnant. You just got to make sure you lose it all once you actually give birth.
That is so rude. Even if I wasn't pregnant, whether or not I gain weight isn't any of your business. If Paul had a problem with it, he would talk to me about it, but at the end of the day, my figure and physique is up to me.
Oh, don't be so dramatic. Besides, you're not even getting fat. It's just the baby.
That still doesn't excuse your behavior.
Yes, whatever. Look, I've got to go, but I'll be around later and I'll give you some books and other things to help you out.
It's fine, Susan. I've got plenty of books on the way that I've ordered.
Those are all nonsense. My books are the real deal that will teach you how to raise a big and strong child. Not one of those namby-pamby kids who cry over nothing nowadays.
Susan, that's just wrong in so many ways.
Look, I've really got to go. We'll talk more later.
Paul? What on earth was that last night? I can't actually believe you behaved like that.
Millie? Jeez, what are you moaning about now? I mean, don't you ever do anything but complain?
Paul, I really think you need to stop acting like such a spoiled man-child right now.
What? You can't speak to me like that.
Oh, I can't? Then how come you got to speak to me like I was nothing but a piece of dirt last night? I mean, what even was that? Calling me too fat to eat with you? Even the waiter was appalled at what you said and that you ordered me a salad instead of what I wanted. You do realize that I'm 6 months pregnant, don't you? My stomach is going to be getting bigger than it is right now, and I'm definitely not going to stop eating just because you're too stupid to understand the process of pregnancy.
Being pregnant means you put on a little bit of weight. I know that, but you don't need to blow up as big as you have. You could definitely do with losing a few pounds. You look completely unattractive. I can hardly stand being seen in public with you because of how fat you are. If you want to continue being with me, then you're gonna have to lose some weight. That's all I can say.
Is that truly how you feel? You're actually giving me that ultimatum?
Yup.
I see. Very well then. You've just made my decision a whole lot easier.
Huh? Decision?
Yes. I've been thinking of it for a while now because your behavior is simply horrible. When we first got together, you were so sweet and kind and caring, but ever since we got married, you've turned into a vile, disrespectful, and vindictive man, and you're simply just not someone that I want to be with. And telling me that I'm getting too fat to be with you, simply because I'm pregnant, is honestly the last straw. If you're this kind of husband to me, I'd hate to see what kind of father you'd be like to my baby. So I'm leaving you.
What? What are you saying?
I'm saying that I want a divorce.
What? No way, you can't do that. You're pregnant with my child, you can't leave. I won't let you.
Well, considering I've already contacted some lawyers who have agreed to take on the divorce on my behalf, and I've already moved most of my stuff back home to my parents' house, there's nothing you can really do.
You've what? Wait, Millie, we can sort this out. You don't need to be so dramatic. I'm sure we can come to a compromise.
No, thank you. I've given you plenty of chances to talk to me, and all you've ever done is be rude and demeaning to me. I've had enough, and I'm definitely not going to let you do the same to my child. The papers will be in the mail for you.
Hang on, please, Millie. If you do this, then there's no chance that we'll ever get back together. Just know that I won't take you back, no matter how much you beg me to. I promise that I won't. You'll have to suffer being a single mother.
I don't mind that. Anything is better than being with you.
Please, Millie.
And just so you know, I'm going to go and treat myself to a great big delicious cookie and a glass of chocolate milk. And I'm not going to care about how I look because I'm happy with the fact that I'm carrying a wonderful child inside of me, and I want them to be happy and healthy. Goodbye, Paul. I did get my divorce from Paul, though it did have to be taken to court as he refused to sign the papers. Luckily, the judge ruled in my favor as he, too, thought that the way Paul treated me had been horrible. Paul was also ordered to pay me child support, which has helped me get everything ready for the arrival of my little boy, Sammy. I'm currently living with my parents, but they both love me greatly and are actually excited to become grandparents. I've also managed to get a stay-at-home job, so I'm saving up for my own apartment. Things might be a bit scary at the minute, as I'm having to do a lot of this by myself, but I am excited to start this next chapter of my life and look after my baby boy. The last I heard, Paul had to move back in with his mother, as the landlord kicked him out of the house for negligence as he hadn't bothered to clean anything after I left. He's currently staying at his mom's house, but things aren't great as both of them are too stubborn and lazy to actually do any housework. I just know that he has a long way to go before I let him try to be a father to my child.